What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about NFL player Miles Sanders and the female that you're seeing on screen. She apparently is an ex-girlfriend of Miles Sanders, and she decided that she wanted to hop on TikTok and expose private conversations that they had with each other where he's trying to get some before games. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that you would think people are having a consensual casual relationship would say, right? Now, obviously, they're not together anymore, and that's why she's posting these. He's probably with some other chick, and she doesn't like it. She was able to get free tickets to games. She's able to post up like she's an athlete in the athletes' girlfriends and wives side chick section, right? But she can't do that anymore because she ain't with him. He's with some other female. And it drives her to go and post these things to embarrass him. I just want to know from a lot of you women, when y'all do things like this, who do you think is embarrassing, him or you? Because you got to understand he's a pro athlete. People will talk about it today and forget about it, but you'll always be that female that tried and failed to embarrass him, right? Now, I know that they do it for TikTok. That's why they do it. But what's the point of it? Are you doing this because you think you're going to get them back, or you're doing this because you want to get some type of payback or whatnot? Why is it that women have such a hard time moving on? I just want to know, why is it you have such a hard time moving on? And then you wonder why people have an opinion on the things that you do. I would not have an opinion on this particular female if she did not post this. Now, her name is Jaye. That's her name. And she goes by Lundizzle. And we're going to get into what she posted out here. All right, it's according to Game 7. The Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL this year, but they have still experienced some issues off the field. A couple of weeks ago, a controversy erupted when a celebrity fan refused to stand for the national anthem during the game. Before that, a fan got busted oogling another fan with a particular big derriere. This week, a fresh, problem arose when the ex-girlfriend of one of the squad's most prominent players came forward with his intimate text message. The young lady in question, who according to TPS is running back Miles Sanders, former Flame, revealed quite the array of information. Once again, are you doing this because you're trying to get your TikTok popping? Are you doing this to embarrass him? This is what I tell y'all, man. Women have such loose lips, man. Such loose lips. They don't know the thing. Western women don't know a thing about loyalty. They don't know the one thing about really keeping things to themselves. You see, women cheat. Women step out of relationships all the time. But you notice the men never put those women on blast. You notice that the men never tell the world that he smashed this married woman or this woman in a relationship. But you see women do the opposite all the time. They constantly want the world to know they were a side chick. They constantly want the world to know that they were a jump off. And they do this because they don't respect themselves. And when they're with this athlete and that relationship fails and they know he's going to move on, now they want to use him to boost themselves up. And then when you have an opinion on what this particular female does, she gets upset. How can you get upset when you were the one who put all this information out here? You put the information out here, therefore people are going to speak about it. You can't put information out here about a prominent athlete and think that nobody's going to have an opinion on it. Yes, they're going to have an opinion on it, and it's not going to be in your favor, because we see women do stuff like this all the time and they don't get any points for that. Is stupid. It's crazy to think that women of today have all these opportunities to be respectable and they choose not to. Right? They want to be wise, but they're not wife material. And that's why guys like Miles Sanders can use her to sleep with her. She's good enough to sleep with, but not be no wife, not be any long-term girlfriend, because these dudes don't see any long-term girlfriend in you. They see somebody that they can sleep with in the short term, And that's about it. And these women do this to themselves. You're basically putting yourself out here as a side chick or a jump off or a really, really, really short-term girlfriend. Now this is from, let's see, the TikTok video.
What it's like to be a football player, sneaky link.
Yo, what's with this music, man? What's with this music? As you can see here, she has a jersey on. She's in the girlfriend section over there at the stadium, right? Once again, if this was a guy you're in a relationship with, if this is a guy that you care about, why would you put this weird video out? I mean, she's posting all the messages, you know, right? Like, seriously, like, do you think that this is going to be embarrassing to him? No, it is not. We sitting up here wondering, what is the point of this, right? And now you're trying to embarrass because you're no longer with him. Is this going to help you get back with him? Are you trying to get his attention? You think that by shaming him enough that he'll get back together with you? I mean, I've seen it happen in other situations. I see where these women will try to clown these guys. Look at there's some people I can't think of now. There was a situation with his rapper, his baby mama tried to embarrass him, and then they got back together, or things got cleared between them to her liking, right? These women do this, and they need a life, okay? Because there's only but so many opportunities these guys are going to give you to show them that you're girlfriend material. And if you do stuff like this, why would they ever want to date you? I just don't get that. Watch it again.
What it's like to be a football player, sneaky link.
This is a horrible edit, by the way, because you can still see his face, you can still see his name. Like, what is the point? Okay, see, she's at the game in the girlfriend section or side chick section, whatever, trying to show that she was with him. Like, you got to be able to move on. You got to have more self-esteem than you have. You see, it was with the music, man. Here's some of the replies. This person says, "Was you a munch?" And she said, her name is Minier. She says, "And was." "None, just follow him cause I know you fumbled that bag." And she says, "Have fun." And this person says, "It's given you was his water. Oh my God." And he was always thirsty. Because he's a guy that wants to sleep with a woman. Is that a bad thing? That a guy, a straight guy, wants to have relations with a woman? Why is that such a bad thing? It's not a bad thing at all. This has been a rough week for NFL stars and their correspondence at getting leaked. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson also just got caught up in a messy situation a few days back. It's interesting to see if Sanders opts to respond to this mess. He probably won't. He is fresh off a tremendous game against the Green Bay Packers where he rushed for 143 yards and 2 scores on 21 carries. Miles is also having a great year in general, already amassing career highs in both rushing yards and touchdowns. This certainly harsh This will certainly harsh his mellow though. Philly currently boasts the best record in the NFC East and looks to be a top contender for the Super Bowl. Well, I don't think it's gonna bother him at all. I don't see him responding. What respond and say what? That his a chick that he used to smash is putting this information out here because she's no longer with him and she needs to move on. They tell us as men, we need to move on. We don't need to be stuck on the same chick. You're being, toxic, or, you're being obsessive, right? But these women do these things, and none of these women. Now, you have women who are clowning her in the comment section, which is comical, because they'll claim that men were going after, but it looks like women were going after you too, because they see somebody who's nothing more than a clout chaser. And ultimately, these women lose. This doesn't help. Unless you're trying to promote an OnlyFans or something like that, you might get a little slight boost. But a lot of times they do this when they know these guys are gone and they want to get back at them. But this only makes you look bad. I mean, he's a guy that likes women and he wants to get some. I don't see a problem with that whatsoever. So shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.